Nolan Turner. You know, everybody talks about the relationship that I had with his father. His dad, Kevin Turner, was one of my teammates and one of my heroes. I mean, just a great friend. And KT was I think he was a second-round draft pick. He played 8 or 9 years in the NFL, was a great player. And then I came to Clemson, and very few people remember this, but when I got the interim job, I brought Kevin to Clemson, and that kind of helped me finish out that season as a kind of a GA guy, if you will. You know, fast forward a few years later, he gets diagnosed with ALS. And, you know, just watching how that disease affected him was just traumatic for everybody who knew KT. And then watching his family, you know, have to deal with that. KT and I had a lot of conversations over the years. He'd bring the kids to camp all the time. And, you know, it's just crazy how God works things out. We really weren't recruiting DBs that year. And then we come back from that first national championship game after the game, and all of a sudden we have Mackenzie Alexander, J-Ron Curse, TJ Green, and Travis Blanks decide that, hey, they're gonna, you know, try to go pro. And, you know, we're just trying to find another safety. It was just on my spirit. I was like, you know, I need to go back and watch this tape. And so I sat down and I watched all of Nolan's tape. And then I was like, I was like, okay, I need to get an unbiased opinion here. And so I'll never forget it. I took it down to Brent, and because I said, Brent, I got a guy I want you to look at. I want you to tell me what you think. So, you know, Brent watches it and he's like, I love this guy. I love this guy. Where's this guy? Who is this? Where's he at? I love him. And I went, that's all I needed to hear. One of the coolest moments for me ever was calling KT. And Raymond, KT's dad, Nolan's granddad, because KT couldn't talk. He just communicated with his eyes, but Raymond, they videoed me, had me on speaker and videoed me telling KT that I was going to fly in and offer Nolan a scholarship.
Nolan doesn't know anything about this, and I want you to hear it first. I've got a full scholarship for him next year. It's got something special to him. He can play. Is he still smiling, Raymond?
He is smiling and saying that's so awesome, and he's so happy. I wish you could see him.
Yeah, it's pretty special. You know, during that time, he was speaking through like a monitor, and so he couldn't really talk, but you could just see it in his emotions, just in his body language, and just obviously that was, you know, late in his life. He had ended up passing away 2 months later, and so kind of just being able to see that joy, you know, that he had, and just kind of knowing where I was going, being with somebody that he trusted, who he had a close relationship with. I think obviously that meant a lot to him, and so that was pretty cool for me just to see the joy and the impact that had on him during that time.
And then, you know, as fate would have it, Nolan comes in that fall of 16, and we win the national championship against Alabama.
And you shared so many of those special moments with your dad. What do you think your dad would think now after your playing career and what you've become as a coach?
Yeah, I think he'd be proud, you know, just of just all the works. I think, you know, from his perspective, he played a lot of football. He knows all what, you know, goes into it, and I think he'd just be proud of, you know, the stick-to-itness, the dedication, just the grind, the day-to-day grind that a football season takes, and, you know, doing that for 6 years in college, and then a brief stint in the NFL, and, you know, being, you know, fortunate enough to come back and do it on the coaching side now. I think he'd be proud of that, and you know, kind of where I'm at now.
Really, he could have kept playing, but he really wanted to coach. He had always wanted to coach, and he truly is one of the smartest players that we've ever had here. Nolan is going to be a rock star football coach. There's no doubt he's got an incredibly bright future. We're really fortunate to have him. You know, every time I look at him, I see KT, because he looks so much like his dad. And just really proud of Nolan and the man he's become and the coach that he's grown into.